this is breaking news, and since yesterday evening, the protests that have been carried out by students against the Citizenship Amendment Act of 2019 has of course taken up an entirely new picture now. Protests are happening across the country. Yesterday it was at the Jamia, but now it has moved beyond that, and right from the Aligarh Muslim University to Hyderabad to Lucknow and a lot of other universities who are starting silent protests and are there as a part in solidarity with all of these other universities, is of course gaining momentum in the entire country. All the students across country are saying just one thing, and they're all against the very paraphrase of what the Citizenship Amendment Act stands for. But right now, what is the story so far after what happened yesterday? Right now, the latest is that as many as 50 students who were detained during the protest at the Jamia Millia Islamia on Sunday have been released in the early hours of Monday. Now, this was confirmed by police sources to us. And out of these 50 students, 35 were released from the Kalgaji police station and 15 from the New Friends Colony police station. Now, all of this has been confirmed by the police. They have also said that they had instructed the police officials to ensure that the injured students have been given hospital and medical attention at the premium and private hospital. So that is something that has also happened. Now, on Sunday night, the Delhi Minority Commission had also issued a direction to the SHO of Kalkaji police station to release the injured students, which is what happened early Monday. Now, what exactly happened at Jamia? And all of this started yesterday afternoon towards the evening when protesters torched 4 public buses and 2 police vehicles as they clashed with the police in the New Friends Colony. This is the area near the Jamia Millia. Now, this was during a demonstration that they had put together, and when the clashes happened with the police, it left nearly 60 people, which included students, cops and the firefighters, injured. The sources said that police had to finally use batons and tear gas shells to disperse the violent mob. They had asked this protesting students to move back and not move beyond, but they did not listen to them, and that is how the entire scenario turned ugly and there were violent clashes. The police have, however, denied firing at the protesters. However, a lot of footage has been coming forward, whether of firing, of violence, and the police have refuted to all of these claims and said that there were people in the protesting crowds who also used arson, who were carrying arson with them. Now, the Deputy Commissioner of Police Southeast, Chinmoy Biswad, also released a statement and said that nearly 1,500 people had begun a protest march from the Jamia University area around 3 p.m. but the police had stopped them near the New Friends Colony area, which is where they had asked them to return and to protest peacefully. The protesters, however, did not listen to them. They tried to block the roads despite the forces and the police request, and that is when things got out of hand. He also said that when the police were trying to push the protesters back, they resorted to arson and torched 2 bikes, 4 DTC buses on the Mata Mandir Marg, and which is where the entire thing happened. They also said there was pelting of stones that had happened at the police officials who were on the side. Now, which is what is the entire thing that has happened right now. There is, of course, a lot of tweets and statements also coming from other politicians. Now, Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has also made an appeal to the residents to maintain peace and harmony and not to pay attention to rumors. Now, on the other hand, Priyanka Gandhi, who has lent her support, has also said that it is time that Prime Minister Modi heard the Indian youth and said that it will, just by doing this, it will not suppress and you will have to listen to the voice sooner or later, which is what Priyanka Gandhi Vadra has tweeted. The police has, however, maintained that they only used tear gas shells and did not fire at the protesters. Now that is what is the entire thing happening right now. Students from the Tata Institute of Social Sciences in Mumbai, the Jadavpur University and IIT Mumbai have also come out in support of Jamia Millia Islamia students after the alleged use of police force, which has left several injured. So that is how the entire thing has come up. A lot of universities, as I mentioned, have come forward in solidarity. The police have maintained that they were trying to ask the protesters to return and to do a peaceful protest. They did not listen to them, started pelting stones at them, which is where the police had to then use tear gas shells at them to ensure that they move back, which is where the entire clash turned violent. Now that is what is the update right now. There are also protests that have started happening at the Aligarh Muslim University. In fact, their winter holidays have been preponed by a week, and the university has already declared winter holidays. Also, internet facilities are not available till January 5th there. So that is the latest update of what is happening across the country, across the different universities. The police and the government has yet again appealed and asked the students to ensure that they do peaceful protests, they do not get into these kind of clashes, because at the end of it, it is not leading to any sort of solution, but only harming, not just physically harming the students and the police or anybody else who's involved in it, but also giving a violent twist to the entire thing. So really, also on behalf of NewsMobile, all our viewers who are seeing this, we would make an appeal that even if there have to be protests, there is something that is not going too well down, especially after the Citizenship Amendment Act has been put in place. There is a way of doing it. There is a calmer way of doing it. Peaceful protests can still be heard, but getting it into a violent thing, getting it out of hand, which really leaves people physically injured, is really not the way forward. Keep watching NewsMobile for the latest updates, and we will be bringing you live updates soon.